time for Book Talks and Baking. Who's excited? I am. Grab your favorite cup of tea. I have Harney and Sons Cinnamon Spice Tea. Guys, it's good. You need to try it. You grab your favorite tea, a blanket, and the best chair in your house because it's time to get cozy. We're going to talk about my favorite author, Rhys Bowen. I adore her Royal Spyness books. They are so good. I have to have a sip of tea, just a second. On the first day of Christmas my true love gave to me, well, my true love, Darcy O'Mara, is spending Feliz Navidad tramping around South America. Meanwhile, Mummy is holed up in a tiny village called Tittleton under Lovey with that droll Noel Coward. And I'm snowed in at the Castle Ronick with my bumbling brother Binky and my sourpuss sister-in-law Fig. So it's a miracle when I contrive to land a position as hostess to a posh holiday party in Tittleton. The village is like something out of a Christmas Carol, but no sooner have I arrived than the neighborhood nuisance, a fellow named Freddie, falls out of a tree dead. On the second day, another so-called accident results in someone else dead. And then on the third day, there's yet another death. Perhaps a recent prison break has something to do with that? Or maybe it's the witch's curse. But after Darcy shows up, anything could happen in that wicked wonderland. So Nadine, was it worth it reading all of the books up to this one to get to this book? She's my favorite author. I hope you like her as much as I did. So despite the high body count in this cozy mystery, it is absolutely worth the read. It's one of the best Christmas cozies out there, I think. Set in the 1930s, penniless Georgiana Ronick, who's 35th in the line for the throne, finds herself stuck at Castle Ronick in the Scottish Highlands with her dorky brother, kind of bumbling brother Binky, and her, oh my goodness, awful sister-in-law Fig. So she has to find something to do. She cannot stay in this awful castle with her boring family. And her mother, who's a free-spirited actress, and she jumps from husband to husband. Well, she's back in England, and she's going to stay in some funny-sounding town, Tittleton upon Love. I can't remember. And Georgie actually finds herself a tad bit jealous. Now she's stuck in the castle. But she devises a way to get herself out of the castle. She ends up answering an ad in a magazine, and she ends up in the super quaint, like a Christmas card town, but it doesn't quite go according to plan. There's just this huge body count, and she puzzles out whodunit. It's just so much fun, and in the book, Rhys Bowen mingles in some of the local odd customs and different Christmas traditions and odd people in this tiny little village. And it is a self-contained. You can just go and you can read this all on its own. You don't have to read all 6 books up to this point. If you want to get in the Christmas mood, if you just need a fun little read, I highly recommend this one. Very Christmassy, and you will enjoy it. She's written book 16 in the series, also a Christmas-themed one. It is God Rest Ye Royal Gentlemen. I have not read it yet. It's in my Kindle waiting to be read. I can't wait to get to that one as well. So this book has recipes in the back, which was really cool. And I followed the recipe for the sausage rolls, and it was the easiest, most simple recipe I think I've ever followed in my entire life. All you needed was some puff pastry. There was a recipe for short crust in here. I didn't follow that. I did use a gluten-free puff pastry. You just score the size that I had. You could only do 4, so I scored it into 4 pieces. And then I added the sausage. Now, it didn't call for this, but I did chop onions and add onions into my sausage. And you just roll the sausage up in the puff pastry, and you bake for 15 minutes. It's wow. Why haven't I thought of that? So simple. Brits, that's genius. A nice little sausage roll. I love it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to make these for Christmas breakfast, I'm thinking. They were delicious. How do Brits actually, do you have those for breakfast? Or is that just like a Christmas side dish, a sausage roll? Let me know in the comments if you're British and you're watching this. I need another sip of tea. So Lady Georgie, what do you think of Lady Georgie? If you haven't read the series and you're just reading this book for the first time, I adore her. She's so fun. It cracks me up that she will only say, "Oh, golly." Kind of like Mickey Mouse or Goofy. That's like her strongest word that she knows. And Darcy. Handsome Irish Darcy. I think he might be a spy. She thinks he might be a spy. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he works for the British government undercover? Let me know. And Granddad, he is the sweetest. Hiya, duck. I love Granddad too. I think it's a shame that she didn't get to spend time with her poor grandfather. And the way that she's treated, she doesn't get to have a job because she's in line for the British throne, but she's never going to be queen, and she doesn't get to make money, and she's forced. You have to, okay, you have your season, now you go and you get married, and that's that. It's actually 1933, which happens to be when my dad was born. How about that? So I guess 1933 is way different than 2021. Guys, tell me in the comments what you think of Rhys Bowen's Her Royal Spyness Mysteries. I'm telling you, she's my absolute favorite. You can follow her on Facebook and on Instagram, and she posts regularly. It's very cool. She actually just had she's writing a new book, and she just asked for ideas for naming the dogs in her new book, which I thought was fun. So both my sister and I thought of some fun names and threw them out. We'll have to wait and see if she chose ours. Most likely not, but still it's kind of fun. I know I sound like a crazy super fan, but I love Rhys Bowen and Her Royal Spyness books. I couldn't wait to review this one with you. Anyway, it is a great read. Y'all all, if you haven't read it yet, you should read it for Christmas. Well, guys, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.